Welcome to another Alpine Lumber safety training. Today we're going to talk about keeping your focus on the task at hand. How can we get better? Is multitasking a myth or a reality? Let's start with some data and then we'll go on to a lessons learned from our own people. In 2005, research carried out by London's Institute of Psychiatry found that persistent interruptions and distractions at work had a profound effect on people's lives. Those distracted by emails and phone calls saw a 10-point fall in their IQ, twice that found in studies on the impact of marijuana smoking. More than half of the 1,100 participants said they always responded to an email immediately, while 21% admitted they would interrupt a meeting to respond to their cell phone. Constant interruptions can have the same effect as the loss of a night's sleep. Before the deluge of mobile phones, tablets, and other devices, the average person had an attention span of about 12 seconds. Now it's believed that we can only concentrate for about 8 seconds on average before moving on to something else. Fun fact, the average attention span of a goldfish is about 9 seconds.
In the hustle and bustle of the streets, you need to be aware of your surroundings. But smartphone users walk with their heads down. They have no clue what's going on around them. To see how little they notice, we've sent out Joe, our friendly gorilla. Will these smartphone addicts spy our guy, or just walk on by without a glance? For most people, Joe is proving out of the ordinary. But it's amazing how many people on cell phones haven't even noticed there's a gorilla in their midst.
Excuse me, did you happen to notice a gorilla back there?
No.
You didn't see a gorilla standing right on the street?
I was in my phone.
You were on your phone. That's a dangerous device. You can get injured out there. You gotta be careful.
All right,
Alrighty.
thank you.
Hi, excuse me, did you happen to notice a gorilla back there?
No. Oh, I do now,
You do now. You didn't see it before.
I did not see it before, but I was looking at what my next appointment was.
Studies have shown that even just talking on your cell phone can reduce your peripheral vision. And when you're texting, it can shrink to less than 1/10 of the normal range. It seems that when you need to concentrate on certain activities, such as using a cell phone, your brain uses the neurons that would normally be used for other things, like peripheral vision.
Texting or emailing while walking is such a new phenomenon that we don't have a system for dealing with it. But with smartphone use on the rise, it's only going to get worse.
This Alpine lumber driver had finished strapping down a load for his first run. He was walking around the back of the truck to make a final check and at the same time was looking at and reading the paperwork on his clipboard. He ran into the tail end of the load on the truck, which was pine molding. The pine molding was hanging off the rear of the truck by about 24 inches. This driver typically wears yellow-tinted safety glasses, and he'd removed them because they were fogged due to the cold. Wearing safety glasses may have reduced the injury, but not walking and reading at the same time would have eliminated the incident altogether. Is multitasking a real thing? All studies say no. Some compelling research by the American Psychological Association shows that what you think is multitasking is ineffective and inefficient. According to studies, as you switch from one task to another, the transition is not a smooth one. There's a lag time while your brain shifts attention from one task to another. And while it feels like this shift is seamless, it actually takes time. How much time? Research has shown that multitasking takes as much as 40% more time than focusing on one task at a time, especially for complex tasks. Let's watch Dan and Travis do one simple task: divide a deck of cards into their respective suits. We'll see how long this takes them without any distractions. And then we'll do it all again, but we're going to make them multitask the second time.
All right, Travis, are you done yet?
Yes.
Okay. Just making sure.
The second part of this test is to see how doing two simple operations, putting cards into their suits and having a conversation, changes the results. Dan and Travis's coworkers are going to make them think, distracting them from the task. Not difficult, right? When they tried to multitask, Travis jumped 50% of his single task time to 59 seconds, and Dan jumped about double his single task time. This isn't texting and driving, it's just moving cards into piles and having a conversation. Think of the added risk when you're behind the wheel of a car or truck, maybe you're in a forklift or doing any other safety-sensitive function. Anything you try to do in multitasking increases the chance of not doing either one of them very well. Are you ready? Yes. Set. Go.
Travis,
So what are the names
I want all
of
the states
names
in
played
alphabetical order.
teammates?
Alabama, Alaska, Arizona,
Teammates. We got,
California,
Teammates. We got
California, Colorado, Connecticut.
we got Tanner. There's
I don't remember the song,
Dylan.
though, honestly.
There's
Here's a multitasking test that anyone can take anytime. First thing you do, you draw two horizontal lines on a piece of paper. On each of the horizontal lines, you're going to time yourself. And on the first horizontal line, you're going to write, "I am a great multitasker." On the second horizontal line, you're going to write the numbers from 1 to 20 as fast as you can. Now the second test, to see if you can multitask, you're going to draw two more horizontal lines. And on each line, you're going to write the letter I, then the number 1, the letter A, then the number 2, the letter M, then the number 3, and do that all the way from "I am a great multitasker" and 1 through 20. How much longer did that take you? It's so much easier to do one task at a time versus to try to multitask. Here's another lessons learned from our own people. Reload uses a portable stair ladder to tag units before they come off of the rail car. One employee was on the top step of the portable stairs, about 8 feet up. A second employee had helped him roll the stairs into position and was standing at the base of the stairs while the first employee was tagging the top units. A forklift operator was loading a truck, which required him to pass the employees using the portable stairs to reach the material in the back of the yard. The forklift operator picked up 2 units of 20-foot fir larch, which weighs approximately 15,500 pounds. This is 1,000 pounds over capacity for this forklift. He began backing up through the aisle toward the truck loading area and the employees tagging units on the stairs. Reload has a dotted line on the ground 23 feet from the edge of the rail track so that the forklift operators have a visual to assist them to ensure they're far enough from the rail cars. The forklift operator was so intent on following that dotted line, he didn't pay attention to the employees at the stairs that he had passed just moments earlier. The forklift operator hit the stairs, causing the employee on the stairs to fly off and hit his head on the concrete. He received 7 stitches near his eye and an injury to his nose. The second employee jumped out of the way and wasn't injured. The point is, the forklift operator was so focused on following that dotted line with an overloaded forklift that he failed to notice important aspects of his surroundings. There were other workers in his hazard zone. You've been given some proof that multitasking doesn't work. It is a myth. So how can we all get better? First of all, put down your phone while you're at work. Your safety is more important than the text you aren't responding to or the social media you think you're missing out on. When was the last time you received a text that was so important, such an emergency, that you needed to leave work? Generally, you're not missing out on anything. On the other hand, you might be creating a safety hazard for yourself and your coworkers. So let's stop. Take a breather. Breathing exercises and even meditation are shown to give people more focus. It's okay to take 10 seconds to get yourself focused on the task at hand. Finally, dynamic stretching and warming up. Yes, you already work hard, but sometimes you need a reset. Get off the forklift for 20 seconds and stretch the arms and the back in the opposite way that you're hunched over all day, or maybe do a few calf raises to stretch the legs from sitting. Lots of physical labor jobs are finding morning warm-up to be valuable. Here's a group of construction workers that are doing a warm-up before work on the Milwaukee Bucks arena.
Up, down, up. 2 more. Down, up. All right, 1 more. Nice slow. Down, up. Here, let's get stretched out. Let's work on hands. Up and down.
The most important thing is to start the day together. It's really a culture thing, you know. You start the day together. You talk about what you're going to do today. You talk about what happened yesterday.
Not acceptable. A worker was removed yesterday for standing on the mid-rail of a lift. All right, shoulder rolls forward.
It's a good thing for a lot of people, especially for somebody like me who's a little bit older than other guys. Well, on any construction site, you got to be mentally prepared for it, because stuff happens all the time, things constantly changing, and your head literally has to be on a swivel because you don't know what's going on at any particular time.
I noticed a difference in the people, just the way their activities are. Feels like it takes them a few minutes to get going in the morning. Now with the stretching, it's basically you're loosened up a bit and ready to go in the morning.
All right, we'll end it with Mo's favorite, the wiggle in the middle. Ralphie's got it down. Chad looking good. All right, other direction. All right, good job. Safety things for today.
Think meditation is crazy? Research is repeatedly showing that it reduces stress, removes anxiety, and has a whole bunch of other health benefits. So let's try a 1-minute meditation together. You don't even have to close your eyes or sit on the floor in a cross-legged position.
Hi, and welcome to Headspace. So no matter what's going on in your life right now, no matter how many thoughts are racing around your mind, no matter how the body's feeling, just take a moment to sit down and take a big deep breath, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. As you breathe in, a sense of taking in fresh air, the lungs expanding. As you breathe out, a sense of letting go of any stress in the body, in the mind, just feeling the muscles soften and relax. And close your eyes if you'd like to. One more, breathing deeply in through the nose and out through the mouth. Then just take a moment to pause, allow the thoughts to come and go, and then just gently opening the eyes again.
I hope this safety video gets some discussion going about how your yard can be more focused. How can you support each other in the quest to put the phones down and stop trying to multitask? Safety is about the well-being of all Alpine Lumber employee owners. How many of you went the entire 15 minutes without looking at your phone? If you have any great ideas or tips for staying focused, talk to your manager or call me, Lamberry. I'm your safety manager.